More controversy going on in the hallways here. My God, this place is just full of, I would say, lively debate. Yeah. That's what I call it, lively debate.
I hear this yelling and screaming going on during the break.
Troy came in and told us that the discussion about the economy has spurred a lively debate behind the scenes.
Let's get going. With who and who?
I think we should get them in here.
Get that lively debate going.
Yes. I want to hear what's going on, what the
who are today's debaters?
Yeah, who are they?
Want to wring each other's necks.
I understand it's young Matt, the intern.
Matt, the intern, of course, who, boy, has his star fallen quite quickly.
I still like him.
Do you?
I'm 100%.
Yeah.
I'm team
Are you
Matt.
really?
I like Matt.
I told him to not talk to me today.
Everyone hates Matt now.
Why?
He was so good on that first day. He made an impression, and then he fell apart. He got too much. He got a taste of it, and then wanted it. He was soliciting himself to Ron and Fez. He's trying to get on the after show.
He's hungry.
Hungry.
He's hungry.
Oh, stop looking at E-Rock and pay attention to what we're talking about.
Yeah, what do you want, a banana split?
This obviously is ugly because these guys are walking down the hall with protection to make sure they don't fucking fist fight.
Condoms?
Yes.
Trojan
condoms.
condoms. I just like a lively debate. I like that.
Why is there a lot of laughing going on?
Because Matt was going for the door, and Travis just goes, Matt, don't walk in first.
Oh, yeah. Matt,
Well, we knew they weren't listening to this program.
Matt, is your mic working?
Is it?
Yep.
Okay.
Wait, do it again.
Is it? I don't know.
Do it again.
Is it working?
Yeah, now it's working.
Put headphones on, though. Oh, we don't have it. That's right.
Why would we?
So what happened?
Nothing. We're just, having a loud conversation about Matt's, pseudo beliefs.
His what we have figured are ridiculous beliefs based on half-assed facts and.
Look, I don't necessarily
innuendo.
disagree with a lot of things that Matt says, and I don't necessarily disagree with a lot of things that the protesters are protesting against.
Right.
My problem with Matt, and it's always been my problem with Matt, is that he's got 1 foot in with the protesters and 1 foot in with I'm going to take out a big giant loan and intern for a giant corporation.
But he's a part-time protester, too.
Yeah, and that's always been my problem with him.
I've asked him off and on the last few days, are you down there? He's like, oh, maybe I'll go down there today.
He's there for the party.
And he's incredibly frustrating because he defends both sides of his hypocrisy, and when you try to call him out on it, he just tells you that you're wrong, and it's like an insane conversation to have. Like the analogy I was just trying to make to him, I was just like, you're saying fuck bubblegum, I hate bubblegum sucks, and then you're crossing the street and buying a pack of gum. So it's just but then he wants to defend it and go, well, why can't I have 1 foot in both doors?
Well, I think that's why everybody's frustrated with Matt.
I don't see the problem with
you took out a $5,000 loan, knowing the banks are
by the way
a massive problem
in his father's name. His father's name. Let's not forget. Right. And I'm not saying that's bad to do.
Father's name, I say that.
But you can't spew on about
banks are evil. Banks are evil. May I have some money, please?
Can I use the bank?
And you know what? His dad's getting that money from the bank, or at least co-signing a loan for you from the bank.
Right.
So you're using the system. You say what you're using the system, but you're not. You're just you're using the system like everyone else has to use the system. You needed money, so you went to a bank. That's not using the system.
Just because I use the system doesn't mean I don't have to like the system and believe in the system.
But you supported it, and
exactly.
if you're trying to do away with it and change it, you got to show them by not giving them business.
Exactly. That's the point that I was trying to make, is that if you're so rah, I hate the banks, then you wouldn't have taken out that loan.
But does that mean that you can't, if you need the system to survive, which we all do, does it mean that you can't participate in some things that are necessary? Because there really are not many options other than loan sharks. So you have to participate in the system, but it doesn't mean that you can't you can still hate the system and want to change it, but meanwhile, out of necessity, participate in it.
I think he's fighting from the inside or something, but you don't need the system to survive. There's plenty of people who work at, like some shitty little independent store and make their little money and don't use the system and go about their little lives, and that's fine. But he's trying to do both things.
Let Matt talk for a second. What's up, Matt? What happened?
All right.
I hear you guys are debating pretty
we had a good little talk. I mean, and Danny was talking about the other day about how when he was a kid, just like me, they sent him a bunch of credit cards in the mail, and he spent $15,000-$20,000 in debt, and then he declared bankruptcy. So I'm saying, how is that not the same thing
I'll tell you how
that I'm doing?
I'll tell you.
That he used the system to his advantage.
Because it wasn't my intent from the get-go to say, hey, I'm going to charge way beyond my means, not be able to pay it back, and then I'll just declare bankruptcy and get everything for free.
It doesn't matter what your intent was. That's what you did.
No, I ruined my credit for 11 years. I'm still paying the price of that bankruptcy, and it was never my intent. If I was educated, if I was told about the struggles of a young kid with a credit card, I wouldn't have dug myself into that hole. Now that I am more...
Would you have? I mean,
No,
it's quite
I
alluring
wouldn't
when you're
have.
18. They give you $15,000
Yeah,
to do whatever the fuck you want
treat
with.
it like free money because
Exactly.
that's what it seems like. So what you have to do is, instead of saying, well, it's free money, fuck it, you have to understand that it's real money and I could really fuck myself. So now, after...
Well, you found a loophole, didn't you?
No, I didn't find a loophole. I learned my lesson.
But you also didn't. You declared bankruptcy, and you didn't have to pay that back.
You're absolutely
Okay,
right.
so you found a loophole.
I didn't find a loophole.
How's that not a loophole?
Because I went to legal counsel, and legal counsel advised me to do that.
So you got money that you didn't
So what
have to
should-
pay back.
what
How
should
is
I
that
have
not a
done?
fucking loophole?
What should I have done?
Hey, Matt. If I could throw something in here. He wasn't protesting the people that filed for bankruptcy.
I didn't-
He wasn't out there protesting that the credit card companies and everything
Yeah, I
like
didn't
that.
blame anybody. Look,
He wasn't
is it shitty for the
blaming
credit card companies to give an 18-year-old?
Right, yes,
yes, it's shitty.
yes,
But
yes.
you know what? It's my own fucking fault for spending the money. I never had to spend that money, but I did. It's my fault, not the bank's.
If he was sitting there saying, people shouldn't be able to file for bankruptcy, fuck that shit, and then file for bankruptcy, you could call him the biggest hypocrite
You know who's
ever.
responsible for my bankruptcy? Me and only me.
Okay.
Not
it's
the
not like he-
banks,
and-
not anyone else.
Okay.
Me.
I don't disagree with that.
But he didn't like run away scot free and say haha I got you, because his life
The
was
hell
fucked
scot-free?
for 10 years.
Do you know that I still can't get a fucking American Express card? Still?
I have one. I feel privileged. It's great.
So I won't be able to get one until next
one.
year.
Like the
Discover.
you have
Anyone can get a
So
Discover.
you're saying I don't want one. I want an American Express so that I don't have to pay interest and that I won't spend beyond my means, because I have to pay that bill at the end of the month, and I'll never take a look at a fucking $800 purchase and go, fuck it, it's free money, because I know that bill's coming at the end of the month.
What's the interest on your Best Buy card?
24%.
It's fucking crazy.
It is crazy, but I don't.
Don't
but-
you feel it's crazy that they're allowed to charge 24%
You
interest
don't
on something?
have
I don't have to
take
buy
it.
anything.
I know you don't, but it's very
Go in
alluring.
with the cash that you have
It is loan
and buy
sharking.
what you can afford.
Why is loan sharking illegal? Loan sharking shouldn't be illegal. It's because
Oh,
of the VIG they
it's
charge.
right.
But I mean, it really is the violence doesn't come on you.
despicable.
But it is legal loan sharking, so
It's
they should be consistent
despicable.
and make loan shark. Let the mob make their money then if Best Buy's going to make their money.
But
If you're
no one
late
fucking
once,
shoved the
it
card in your
doubles.
wallet and made you fucking buy a big screen TV at Best Buy and made you pay 25%.
You know what my 24% Best Buy card did for me? What? Rebuilt my credit from scratch.
Great.
But thank you, 24%. I thank the bank. I thank you, bank. Thank you for helping me rebuild
Why
my
is
credit.
everybody mad at Matt? I don't know why everybody's mad at Matt.
He's a vegetarian who wants to have an egg sandwich with a glass of milk. That's why.
I mean, it's not that bad though. Like
Matt, defend yourself. Occupy Wall Street. Where you at? What's going on?
I mean, I'm still with it.
Do you know what he said in the back office, by the way? I said, what are you doing down there at Wall Street? He said, yeah, it's free food, and I can have a conversation with crazy people.
Not crazy people. All right, people who might think I'm crazy. I can have a conversation
He's like, "I want to talk
with
about
people that I
aliens and
can't
the
talk about
Illuminati."
here.
Matt, I haven't talked to you since I went down there, okay? You got to admit, most of the people are insane down there. I saw it for
All right,
myself.
maybe to you, but I think you went down there.
Dude, give me a break.
Opie, I think
How many of those
insane
people
person.
would you hire if you owned a business?
nobody, but
Thank
that's
you. You're being
so what?
honest.
These people
They're
are not
nuts. They're not the people that...
They're nuts to you.
They're not the people that...
Stop it. They're nuts to everybody.
They're nuts
Not
to every-
me.
Bro.
To me, these are my kind of people.
I've
These
always-
are people I can have an intelligent
You
conversation
think
with.
girl in bear costume is completely
Yeah,
sane?
She was cute. by the
She
way.
was adorable, but she was adorable. But I asked her a simple question, and she panicked and walked away because she doesn't even know why she's there.
She was nervous because the media was there. You know, big Opie Hughes from Opie and Anthony. was
Dude,
there.
I'm so undercover when I go down there. I look like a dumb tourist just filming shit.
Yeah, but you did go down there kind of being a dick. I mean, it was funny. I mean, it was funny. Like
Damn.
That'll
disturbing the guy.
cost you.
Disturbing the guy meditating.
He has no idea. What?
Disturbing the guy that was meditating.
Yeah,
like,
I was
funny.
going. That's not being a dick.
But
That's
it
going
is
for
kind of being a dick.
No,
I mean,
that's going for.
Have you ever meditated?
Shut the fuck up.
I'm answering your question.
I have meditated and I do yoga.
Wouldn't you be pissed if a guy
Dude, the guys
disturbed you?
No, will you shut up and let me fucking talk? If you want to fucking have some fun, I'll have fun now, you asshole.
right.
The fact is, I was not being a dick. I was going for a stupid joke and a stupid laugh.
Okay.
If I want to be a dick, you're going to learn what a dick is. Trust me.
But you wouldn't want to be
Okay?
interrupted if you were meditating. Though.
Exactly.
Dude, he's meditating in a park next to a stupid, dirty band. He wasn't actually doing some real meditating.
He was. The drum beat. You meditate to
he
the drum
wanted
beat.
people to
Oh,
notice him.
meditate to the
Most of the
drum
people
beat.
down there want to be noticed.
Okay, that is true
They
to
all
an
have a
extent.
dumb agenda. They want to feed their own egos. Okay, you
But
really
why
want to get into this?
Why are we on radio? Don't we want to be noticed too? Isn't it the same thing?
Fair point.
But that I guess is a fair point.
Right.
But the fact is, there's two different things going down there. Most of the people down there just want to be noticed and feed their own ego. They don't give a flying fuck if things change.
Maybe they can. Maybe it's both. Maybe
if you're
they do
meditating in
believe
front
it.
of 500 to 600 people with a whole bunch of people like myself with cameras and video cameras, and then a band going on, you're not actually meditating. You're like, look at what I'm doing.
I-
boy.
yeah,
It's a
I just-
oneness blessing.
Center of attention guy.
So
there's
of
people
course
down
I'm
there
gonna,
doing
of
yoga,
course I'm
Tai
gonna go
Chi.
up to a guy like that and try to, make a
They were
joke or
doing
something.
cyanide.
This girl down there, she gave me this crystal,
Kill them.
and I use this crystal every day, and I meditate with it. It's amethyst. It's my birthstone, and I meditate with it every day. All right,
You're
these
a
are people-
weirdo.
these are very connected people down
They're
there.
not connected.
They are. They're much more connected than people.
Let me tell you
not
something.
connected.
They are.
The second
They might
you
be
think
connected
you're
to each other.
The second you think you're fucking doing something new and different and cool, this shit was done in the fucking 60s.
It
the
was,
Crystal,
you're right.
We're all one. We're a commune. It doesn't work. It falls apart because these fucking lazy ass cocksuckers can't keep it together.
There are a bunch of freeloaders that saw an opportunity to come to New York and hang out with other freeloaders
Right.
and eat for free and have a place to sleep.
But is it not?
That's it.
Is it
I
not?
want to see the real. I want to see the real protesters. I personally have not seen it yet, and I will go down there again, and I will continue searching them out. But what I've seen so far is a bunch of dirty hippies, just like you see at a dumb dead show in the parking
you
lot.
know who the
You
real
say-
protesters? You know what? Tea Party. The Tea Party were real
It's the
protesters.
same shit.
No, it's
No, it's
not.
not what I saw
Absolutely
so
the same
far.
shit.
Hell, hold your phone for 1 second. Let me explain why I think it's not,
It's kinda
and then
the
you
same,
tell me
though.
why it's the same.
Same.
It is.
It's
Jimmy.
similar.
Shut the fuck up, Jimmy. No, the Tea Party protesters were people that were working. They were paying taxes. Well, hold on. They're working. They're paying taxes, and they're not setting up a community to live in, and they're changing policy through the system.
What the fuck did they
hold
change?
On, hold on.
Yeah.
What did they fucking change? How about they got pretty much the Democratic fucking majority thrown the fuck out?
Was that the real protesters though, or was that the Republican Party taking their name and taking it over?
It was a combination of the two parties, the Republicans and the Tea Party, having the same basic idea on taxes, so that when they went to the polls, there was this unity between the Republicans and the Tea Party to vote out these Democrats that wanted to tax and spend.
Okay, or was the Tea Party an actual movement and anarchic movement like this, and it was completely taken over by a party to push them back
It wasn't
into the
taken
system?
over by a party. It wasn't taken over by a party.
It was.
No,
they
it
took over
wasn't.
the name and they completely dissolved it. That's what I have a feeling Obama and the Democrats are going to try to do with this.
This is a whole different thing. That was
I
a
don't think
movement
it's much different.
of people that contribute to fucking society.
Why? 'Cause they work?
Yes, thank you. We live in a capitalist country, you dummy.
But they are also older.
they're
The Tea
all-
Party, they were also older too.
Are
Tea
these
Party
guys
is probably twice the
Are
age
these
of
guys
these
Obama supporters down there
No.
and in the other cities?
No, I have seen some. I
Well,
have seen the Democrats trying to infiltrate it.
The media is hinting that
They are.
this is going to be
Of
an
course.
Obama
Because
thing.
I think they're going to try to take it over and
They're
dissolve it,
artsy
just
liberal
like that
douchebags.
happened with the Tea Party. It's going to be the same thing.
Where are the real
God.
protesters? And
The
I'll
real
go and talk to
protesters
them. Where are they?
there.
Where?
They're down there.
I
Go
was for
talk
2.5
to,
hours.
I talked to more intelligent people down there than I've ever talked to in this building.
You didn't see those women down there with the
That's
paper
not saying
titties?
much. That can happen anywhere.
What are you talking about? You're fingering broads.
Yeah.
So?
He's also
There's nothing wrong with that, but
Who
he can't.
doesn't like the finger broads?
There's nothing wrong with that, but you're not
Excellent
getting
point.
real fucking conversation done down
Well,
there.
I-
I talked to a guy with a fucking a camera made out of cardboard.
That guy interviewed me, by the way, and I
There's
don't
a
know.
million of those type of guys down there.
He talked to you. It's not a real camera.
You stupid fuck.
Did you understand he was being sarcastic when he said?
Of course, but it's not
but you
helping
weren't portraying it on
anything.
this show like he was being sarcastic.
That's
You were
true.
portraying it like he was being totally serious.
No, I'm going for comedy, you
Okay.
idiot.
Well,
'Cause in the
understand.
end, I don't give a fuck about this.
But-
so I go down there like it's a freak show. I can make some dumb, funny videos.
So you were
hopefully.
going down there with an angle, and that's fine. That's fine.
Oh, damn. He just fucking,
I
during
went down-
repetitive questioning, he made you crack right
Oh,
there.
did he? I went down there, yeah, with an angle to make funny videos, but I'm also an intelligent human being, and I took it all in and went, holy shit, this is nonsense. Yes.
I would say
Yes.
go down there, turn the camera off, and
I'll
try
say,
to actually
shut the fuck
talk
up
to
and
some
not tell me
people.
what to
But
do.
you're saying
How's
without
that?
an agenda, right?
How's that?
You're saying
How's that?
You're saying go down there without an agenda.
How's that?
see.
My agenda was to make funny videos, idiot, not to expose anything. I don't give a fuck in the end. I just realized it was a place to make funny videos.
Okay.
And hopefully people found them funny. If they didn't, that's their prerogative.
And your agenda is free food and fingering girls. So,
Yeah.
but now both of you are down there, and you're not contributing to the protest. So,
Fair enough.
There you go.
But the point is, after 2.5 hours, I also, besides making funny videos, hopefully, I'll say it again, I realized, holy shit, this is a bunch of nonsense. It's a bunch of nonsense.
It is nonsense.
It's nonsense.
Why don't you
in
explain
what
the
way?
People's Library? What the fuck is that? And you
It's-
know it's filled with a bunch of books no one will ever fucking read.
I saw,
Happy
pe-
endings.
I
It's
saw
a
people
bunch of
reading
junk books.
I saw people reading those books.
There's thousands of books.
I know. Isn't that terrific, though?
No, it's a bunch of books that no one ever read when they were in
Everyone's
Barnes and
got
Noble.
an iPad with it sitting
okay.
there. You can read that.
Did you not see, though, that it's a model of a sustainable community within
boy.
it'self,
Well,
okay?
it's
Free
like
food,
Epcot.
free shelter,
Watch what happens to the
free
People's
clothing.
Library when they have to clean the park later today and tomorrow.
Oh, that'll be very interesting.
Yeah. What about Tattoo Guy?
I didn't see Tattoo Guy.
Well, you didn't see my videos then.
I see
know, I
Tattoo
saw the
Guy on the
video,
subway
but I
all
didn't
the
see him
time.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he realized, holy shit, I could go to this dumb thing and people will pay attention to me.
Did you see the guy, the cripple in the wheelchair with the hooks on his hand?
No.
Oh.
Sounds like a bump.
So Matt, you want to work you're here on an internship for Sirius XM Satellite Radio, which is a gigantic corporation.
Right.
Why?
Because I like radio, I like entertainment, and I also
and if-
like
and you
hanging
know
out
what?
with hippies.
And if you like-
and what's wrong with that?
And if you like money and living in a house, you're going to like the banking system.
Let me
Okay,
ask you,
sure.
are you protesting the entire system or aspects of it?
For me, the entire system, because I believe that the entire system, it's basically slavery. I mean, we don't realize
Slavery.
it, but we're essentially slaves.
Yeah, we're slaves. It's just like being whipped and working for absolutely nothing. And
Well, instead of
yeah,
physically imprisoning you, they imprison your mind.
how do they imprison your mind? What part of your mind is imprisoned?
It
by the way,
starts in.
I'll tell you what.
elementary
Rational thought is in solitary fucking confinement in your head.
Okay. But maybe they encouraged rational thought and they disencourage creativity.
How?
Because in school, you take tests and you pass the test and you get good grades and you go to a good college by memorizing information and parroting back. But
Parroting back? You never learn anything, really?
but when you try to draw a picture or
if you're stupid enough to
sing a
fall into
song.
the trap, then so be it.
So
But
if
we
you're
all
trying
do.
to draw
We
a
all
picture, draw a picture or sing a song, but they're trying to teach you fucking history, isn't
but
that
how
kind
do
of
we know
counterintuitive?
how true that history is?
Oh my God! Because it's the only history we have. It's been passed on through books and.
But who writes those books? Do you? All right, this is Anthony. Do you believe everything the Bible says?
No, I don't.
Okay,
believe
so
fucking a
how
word
can
of
you
it.
believe everything that a history
Because
textbook
there's
says?
faith-based fantasy and fact-based fucking books.
How can you?
That's our
There's
history.
no difference. So they're both books that who knows were written by who.
Holy shit! Holy mother of fuck shit! Are you telling me you're equating, let's say, a book that is about the Civil War,
Right.
with the Bible,
I'm
and
saying-
saying that both of those are full of just fucking
I'm
lies?
saying they both could be 100% true. They both could be somewhat true, or they both could be complete lies.
Really, the South and the North never fought.
I'm not saying they didn't. But maybe...
Say they did. Hold on. Stop.
No,
okay,
they
Matt.
fucking
Stop.
did.
They did.
They
Of course they did.
So, I mean...
But so keep going back.
You could talk about
Now,
gray areas in
maybe-
history, but there's basic shit
go
that
back.
everyone
but
knows
maybe
did
was there a
fucking
revolution?
happen.
Was there a revolutionary
It
war?
was, but maybe
Yeah?
the Civil War, for example, wasn't over slavery.
It wasn't.
Maybe it was a war that was engineered.
wasn't.
It was engineered in order to bring the country together, to centralize power.
No, it was because the
Thank you,
fucking
sir.
South wasn't getting half the fucking resources the North was getting. The North was squeezing the South.
Okay.
And the whole end of slavery was just the North's way of ending the fucking war.
But-
hey, let's take all their fucking workers away. Let's free the slaves. Lincoln never wanted to free the fucking slaves.
But think about it. Hasn't over history power has been moving towards a more centralized source?
I
So
don't think-
you had one center of power in the North in
What hasn't?
Philly and New York, and you had one center of power in the South in Virginia. So maybe the war was engineered to bring that together, so you had a unified nation.
Do you really think they
Yes.
thought that
I really do.
at the price of fucking almost
don't
the
give a
entire
shit
male
about-
population
yeah,
of the
they don't
country,
give a fuck.
of the budding new country?
I think you're giving them too much
Who's
credit.
they
for-
back
for-
then too?
You're giving them
Who
too
was
much
they
credit.
back
They has
then?
always been the they. There's always a they at the top of the world.
They live.
Who was they back in fucking
The
1860?
it's the same Illuminati families that you have now. It's the same families.
Right. Really?
The Rockefellers, the Rothschilds.
I can't wait till you grow up.
The
Oh my
Carnegies.
God.
Hey, they're the puppet masters, basically.
They are.
And do the puppet master.
I don't fucking. I can't even fucking.
Well, how
fathom
old
this.
are you?
24.
Hey, young guy. He's like, I don't really necessarily believe the Illuminati runs everything, but
Okay.
you're half right, I think.
You do realize in this world nothing's going to be handed to you, right?
I do.
All right? You're looking
Ever.
at guys that had nothing handed to them and made something of their lives.
Everything's an
And
illusion.
I respect you guys.
Nothing's real.
And you got to work around whatever system you think is in place that is holding you back, man.
I know, and that's the thing is I don't have to like it, but I still have to live within it and make the best of it.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. But it's all fake. Nothing.
Ultimately,
it seems
yes.
to me that nothing that happens in this whole world is at face value for you. You
You're
see
absolutely right.
some kind of wacky, fucking, amazing conspiracy that would be impossible to pull off behind every little thing, no matter how small or big. Everything. What time is it? Well, it's 20 to 8. No, how do we know it is? Well, who sets the clocks? Who tells us the time? Isn't it exhausting? Isn't it fucking exhausting to walk around and be you and have to save the world from the matrix that we fucking live in?
I enjoy it because I like knowing that I have a different perspective than other people, and that
You
I
have a
can think
retarded perspective.
to
Don't
you,
start
to you.
thinking you're smarter than everyone because you
That's
think
fine.
this out
I
and
know.
put it in the context of a comic book.
That's why I
You
said I think differently.
You're not smarter than everybody because you think differently than everybody that actually just stays within the lines and, in
I
the
didn't say I
system.
was.
And I don't mind that you question things, but there are stuff that have, answers. Real fucking answers. Do you think the Earth is flat?
No,
How do you know? You ever been in space?
no. Well, I don't know,
fuck do you know?
but it's
Oh,
a
shit,
belief.
okay.
How old is the
No,
Earth?
it's not a belief. It's fact.
How old is the Earth?
I think the Earth has been around infinitely.
Very good. A few billion years.
Oh, good enough.
You know why he's so incredibly hard to take seriously? Because he's going to spout off about anti-corporations and banks and stuff. Meanwhile, he's wearing a pair of Nikes,
Yeah.
American Eagle Outfitter pants,
Yep.
and New Balance fleece.
Right.
So he hates all these corporations, yet he can't wait to spend his money on them.
But yet I'm not allowed to be comfortable. I got to dress in fucking rags just because I
'cause you-
believe in this shit.
You have to make a sacrifice if you want to fight against these corporations.
There's other shoes besides
should be-
Nikes.
If you really believed in the cause, you should be walking around like a caveman.
Wrap fucking
Should I?
paper
And
bags
what-
around your
but-
feet.
and how would that
Yes.
look in this fucking building?
Well, not much better than what
You
I saw
shouldn't be
down
wearing-
there.
but you shouldn't be
But
working here
I'm
either,
on that
though.
side because, I hate the airlines. I complain about the airlines, but the necessity is I have to use them.
Right.
And I hate them.
No, you
Take a
don't.
stagecoach,
But I mean,
Jimmy.
Ask
Take a
Matt.
train.
People can fly. We've been fucking told we can. That's the only reason we don't.
But I make
Maybe
the
that's
decision
true.
to not
Flap your
sacrifice
arms.
work.
That's all it takes.
I make the decision
Yeah.
to hate them and complain about them, but I do have to use them. It's like, it's a part of life. I just don't have to like the way they
Part
are.
of life. Very good. Thank you, Jimmy. What about these things that are just a part of life? Life isn't perfect.
Right.
You're never going to go through life and be happy with everything and everybody you have to interact with and deal with and every situation in your life. You're going to have highs and lows. All that shit happens, and it's called life. You have this weird idealistic thing going on where you think that you are not only entitled to, but if your way that you and these like-minded people are thinking had your way, this would be a utopian society where everyone had the horn o' plenty and there was no war and no infighting and everyone was as smart as you guys and we all knew the secrets behind this big vast conspiracy. Really?
Why shouldn't it be like that?
It can't be. We're stupid organisms. We're dumb fucking animals.
Maybe we
You
are,
think-
but maybe
No,
we're
no,
getting
we
smarter.
Are. No, we're not.
I think we are. I think
Smarter?
that's why you're
Really?
seeing these kind of
Really?
things happen.
We can
'Cause we're
kill
getting
people
smarter.
so much more efficiently than we used to. Let me tell you that much. It used to be throwing some rocks and then a musket and shit. And we've gotten to the point now we could kill thousands upon thousands of people in one clip. And you think to me that you say to me that's us getting smarter and more compassionate.
Listen,
and shit.
We've
Bullshit.
also extended the life expectancy too, though.
Yeah,
Right.
what bothers me as I'm getting older, there's obviously issues out there. I'm not stupid, okay? But there's also like this thing with the younger generation that you guys are fucking entitled and you want everything handed to you. There's a conflict
Maybe
there.
because we've been given everything.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, everyone wins when they play soccer. Everyone has to play, and I'm
We all
telling you
knew
that
this was gonna happen.
I'm telling you that's coming back to fucking bite us in the ass now.
This
I'm
is-
telling you.
This is what happens when
I'm
you give
telling
everyone
you.
a trophy.
You guys don't understand what it is to lose and be disappointed. You just don't understand. And
Competition.
now it's coming back to bite us in the ass.
Well, why Let- does hold it on, have to... Let me ask a question. Because in the 60s, it was like this for these guys who protested the war and stuff. And they did turn out to be right, the Vietnam protesters. What even though a lot of their methods might have been wrong, but they were children of the late 40s and the 50s, and they were acting like that when things were not, like, you know what I mean? That was maybe the beginning
Right.
of things just being handed, but everyone didn't win a trophy back then, and they were the same as these guys are now.
This
But
is
they had-
way worse now, man. These kids coming up today, I see it all the fucking time. I gave a speech to one of the interns, said, look, if you want to get ahead, just work hard. You'll be ahead of so many people your age because I saw it. Me and Ann have been at this for 17 years. Me, Ann, and Jimmy over 10, okay? And I've seen a change in the young kids that come through these radio stations. When we first started, you saw the kids working fucking really, really hard, and they assumed that this wasn't a ticket to a radio show, that they had to go out and continue to work hard. And now, fast forward a decade or so, you see these kids, they just want everything handed to them. And they don't work. They just don't work hard anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe that's taught to us in school now when everything, you know,
Now we're on common ground. You're right.
everyone has their space respected,
Could you
and
have one-
and this whole
Could you have
incorporation.
one iota of self-responsibility? Could you have one fucking molecule of being responsible for any fucking thing you do? It's
I think
always
I'm
someone
responsible
else.
for everything I do.
No, you're not. You don't put that across. You come across like somebody that has some kind of weird, either it's a weird conspiracy or some asshole or the bank or this. It's always someone except for you. And by you, I mean the general you and everybody that's down there and that whole mindset, that it's always someone else that fucked you, you know?
But it's also generational, because every generation thinks the generation after them are a bunch of douchebags. And it's like, it really has continued. It's probably happened since fucking 1310, where every generation that comes, they're like, look at these cunts. You know, we had to throw rocks. Here,
The
you just have
plague.
rocks. But you know what I mean? It's like, and look at the children of the 60s turned into these yuppies. They were all children of the 60s. So it's like the generations do change as they get older. It's like, he's not going to be thinking this way when he's 35.
No, it'll be
and he'll be
hilarious.
looking at kids that are 15 going, what a twat that kid. It's kind of the
It
cycle.
happens to every
Yeah.
generation.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
That's why I was saying before, this is nothing new. It's not.
Right.
You tend to think it's this new thinking, and like I said before, that this is going to be this utopian society with all of you giving each other and this. And the humans don't work like that. Do you understand? Human beings cannot operate like that. They're
think
not
in the-
wired that way.
But I think in the future we can. I think that our consciousness are getting higher, and I think that eventually, what I think, I mean, granted, everyone here is going to think this is nuts, but I think that over the next 15, 20 years, society will break down, and it'll kind of be a reboot where we'll go back to living.
No.
Let's get back to
like
end of Fight
economy.
Club.
Fight Club, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't see that. And I don't see us getting to any point where no matter how great our computers are and how much we can communicate with people all around the world instantly, we are still going to basically be animals that for some reason or sometimes no reason will fucking hate each other. And if there's this big communal thing going on with everybody sharing, someone's going to look at someone else and go, I wanted that. Oh, I got this. It's comparable, but it ain't that. So I'm going to go over there and smash his fucking face in and take that. And that's what humanity is. You can't be a Vulcan. This isn't Vulcan. We are humans. This utopian society stuff is bullshit and will never fucking work.
But don't you find that as time goes on, you're right, there will always be people smashing each other in the head.
Absolutely.
But the amount of people that find that acceptable shrinks. It becomes less and less people find that acceptable behavior, and it becomes more and more ostracized behavior.
Right. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So has that really happened over the past, really?
It's hard for us to see in our lifetime, but go back to, say, the Roman times. Like, if you look at 50 or 80 years, it's hard.
Yeah.
If you look at 1,000 years, look what was acceptable back then. And in some parts of the world, they still do it. But as an advanced civilization, look at how we look at certain things, and they would just fucking just lop your head off, and throw fruit at you.
And they would look at fucking thousands of years later and say, is it acceptable to drop thousands of incendiary bombs on civilians in Tokyo and burn them alive? They would look at us and think, holy shit, that is some fucking cold ass shit. And that's thousands of years of evolution.
Nah, but I'm talking, that's technology, though. It's almost like meaning...
Yeah, technology given to humans that if the Romans had it, would have used it just as great as we did. We have something in us as people, as humans, that is fucking sick. We have this ability to kill each other with the ability to also excuse it and justify it.
The Romans would be more amazed at the technology than they would appalled at the using of it. Like, they wouldn't look and go, how could you do that? They would go like, oh my God, to be able to do that. Because they were barbarians. There's almost something sanitized about the way we do it now, which is a weird sign of advancement where you drop a bomb, but back then they literally would take a fucking mace and stab each other. I mean, it was much more barbaric then because you were looking the guy in the eye when you drove a knife into him.
Yeah.
Now it's cleaner. You can kill a lot more people, but that
again,
is a sign of advancement.
That's just technology. It's what you just said before. That's just technology.
Sure.
If we hadn't invented that, we'd still be smashing people in the face with maces and stabbing each other.
I think that as we get smarter and as we go on, we're getting... Again, you can look at certain groups we all know who are fucking 1,000 years behind the rest of us. But as a
why do you
whole,
say that,
as
though?
people... what's that?
Why do you say, like, what groups do you think are...
Oh, when you look over at the Middle East, the way they handle certain things, they are probably... Because Islam started, I think, in the 1500s, is a lot less advanced than Christian. They're going through the 15th century Christianity phase, but now they have weapons.
Okay, that's
fair
enough.
I think that there are.
That's fair enough, Jimmy.
There are groups that are slower. But when I say evolutionary, I'm talking about
allowing that point.
a couple of hundred years is irrelevant.
But also, I mean, they don't have...
Yeah.
They don't have a technology that are as advanced as in the Western civilization.
Some of them do.
I mean, yeah, they have cell phones and stuff, but I mean, they're not running around, with computers and iPads. But maybe, like...
In Saudi Arabia, they are.
Well, okay,
and that's where all the radicals come from.
Okay, but I spent some time over in Egypt, and what I noticed is that...
What are you doing over there?
These people...
what were you doing in Egypt?
Protesting.
I was just traveling through, just backpacking.
God, you're a rich kid.
Just passing by. Just
I wish I was a
passing
rich
by.
kid growing up.
Fucking Egypt.
I didn't have
Ride a camel.
I wasn't allowed to go
did.
backpacking.
Finger a camel.
Even in Egypt, though.
You know what? I finally just figured out. I'm fucking jealous of you. I really am. Because I wasn't rich growing up. I wasn't allowed to backpack. I had to fucking work on a golf course to pay for my own goddamn college and my own goddamn car and fucking room and board in my own fucking parents' house. That's what I did at 18, 19. You got to backpack across Egypt. There you go. Now I know why I hate you. I'm jealous of you.
I mean,
I wish it was that easy for me when I was growing up.
I mean, you're a big radio star, and I'm jealous of that, too.
Know why? Because I worked my fucking balls off. And you're not going to work your balls off.
Oh, shit.
You're not. Because you don't know how
Face.
you don't know how it
Face.
is to work hard.
Remains to be seen.
Face.
So you're at a disadvantage
Face it.
already. That's the point I'm trying to make. And there's a lot of kids your age that are in the exact same fucking boat. They don't know how to put in a hard day's work. And that's going to be a problem as you get older. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
He thinks that the strong should not be allowed to survive. Basically, that's been the number one thing when you boil down everything to its basic common denominator. The strong will always survive. If you're a big giant person, you're going to beat the shit out of the littler guy. If you have a big strong brain, you're going to be smarter than the littler guy. So why should we now, when the big brains use their brains and get their wealth that they're allowed to do in this country, why are they now penalized because the weak people who couldn't do it or didn't do it don't have it?
Yeah. There's a lot of jealousy coming out, so I apologize to you, Matt, because I attacked you pretty hard. But what was the point I was going to make? There was a fucking point, and then Danny went off.
Oh, sorry. Well, you said about him being.
I'll come back. Oh. At 24, if I went to my dad and said, "Hey, man, could you co-sign for a $5,000 loan because I want to intern at a radio station?" He would have said, "Go work even harder at the fucking golf course." Sorry, I'm not going to help you. Maybe I'll give you $100 or something, but that would have just never fucking happened.
Twice as hard, and I'll be twice as famous as you.
That would have never happened. But at 24, I was living in an attic with no fucking windows and no fucking heat because I wanted to make it radio.
Uphill 2 ways. Yeah.
Uphill 2 ways.
Are you against people making, because the people making money and being penalized for, I don't like that either.
No.
Is your problem with people who are making money or people who are, my problem is with people who are making the money by taking fucking $80 million payouts when they've accepted help from the U.S. That's the people
who are leeching off of humans in general, and I have a problem with that. People
Really?
are making
So when you
money
go down to Wall Street for free
sucking
food, that's
off
not
of us.
leeching?
I think it's different. I mean, those are donations.
Because it's you.
Yeah.
It's different because it's you.
It's not fucking people over that aren't smart enough to realize they're getting fucked.
And Matt, I don't hate you, by the way. That's a strong word.
Smart too.
You'll just continue to justify anything that you do to make it fit your situation. So no matter what points will get thrown at you, you'll always deflect and find a way to go around it so that it fits your argument, whatever point you're trying to make.
Now you're 24. Did you work since you were a kid?
I
started working at 12.
I worked at a hockey rink when I was 17, and
For how long? Was it a full-time job?
No, it was just part-time.
Of course. And then after that, what?
I reffed hockey for the last 9 years.
Part-time?
Yeah, I mean...
So you never... At 24,
I've never had a full-time job.
You still haven't... Oh, my God. That's, infuriating.
Well, I mean...
That put you at a disadvantage. I'm telling you.
Maybe, but I also found,
At 12, 13, I was working... And I'm not... Because people will turn this, but this is just a fact. I worked 16 hours a day on a golf course. At 12, 13.
I mean, I don't even know if you're allowed to do that nowadays.
And I was lucky because I started out with a dumb paper route. I'm like, fuck, this is getting me nowhere. And then I started looking around, and I was, I had a golf course close, and they were, I had a chance to be a caddy.
Yeah.
Goddamn rich cunt!
Jesus.
I kill rich cunts!
So at 24, you still haven't even really worked.
I always wanted to try caddying, by the way.
You've never worked, though.
I have. I mean, how is caddying any different than...
The world needs ditch diggers too,
Now, here's the part where Matt is now going to try to defend his point by being malleable with his words.
No, I was going to say, how's caddying different,
Go ahead, Matt.
different than
Dude,
officiating hockey?
I'm close to twice your age. Put fucking 80 pounds of shit on your shoulders and walk around a golf course twice to 2.5 times.
Skate around
every fucking weekend.
Skate for an hour and a half and have fucking people
easy.
scream at you.
I'll fucking outskate you in a second.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to try?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Yeah, I do.
Get to the rink.
I would like a nice skating competition.
Get in the rink.
Yeah.
I will get around. I will do one lap around the rink faster than you.
See, 2 centuries ago, they would have been hitting each other with tree branches, and now they're just going to go to Rockefeller Center and work it out like a couple of men.
Rockefeller Center.
Notice this challenge is one fucking lap around.
How many
That's what
laps?
you
What do you
guys
wanna
are all
do?
fucking about.
How many laps?
One lap.
How many laps?
One,
I'll do as
one lap.
I'll do as many as you want to do.
400. That's a lot of laps.
That's a little excessive.
Well, it's endurance too.
As long as he doesn't show up later, call out. He'll be there.
No, exactly.
Oh, remember from before?
Exactly.
I want to see this lap contest.
Me too. Rockefeller Center's very close.
This will be a good one.
This is going to
I
get
wanna see this.
and it'll get the listeners all excited.
When are you going to start working?
Well, this is
At
pretty much
24,
like
you
work.
took a loan out.
I get
up. This is work.
3:30 in the morning. I get out of here at 2:30. It's 11 hours of my life. I mean, I pretty much,
First of all,
I pretty much have had no social life since I've been here because I'm here
E-Rock's
every
got
day.
the stick.
E-Rock puts in a couple hours a day. He's annoyed. Go ahead, E-Rock. Thanks, Jim. Here,
Go ahead, E-Rock.
No, I've had this discussion before he started, when he started, and to this day I've had this discussion with him about
Horrible shirts and why you should wear them to work always.
sorry, I don't wear the same, Ozzy or Sabbath shirt 4 days in a row.
Face show.
No one does that to Jimmy.
This is getting crazy now.
At least he got the bands right. I can't argue.
Yeah, that's point.
No, but what he's saying about work and that this is work, he leaves here, he goes down to Wall Street, or he goes home, or he plays hockey one night a week on Sunday. But I said, well, what about school and what about working? Do you have a part-time job? Nah, I have the loan. I'm just going to write off the loan. Well, what about school? He flushed his classes so he doesn't have to do them this semester, so he can just focus on this, which he's not focusing on, has no job, has no money, so he goes down there to just dick around. So this is just one big vacation for him.
Yeah.
And Matt, I've tried to help you out.
But the sad
many
part,
times,
E-Rock,
and
he
you keep
doesn't-
doing this to yourself.
He doesn't see it that way.
Yep.
No. He doesn't see that it's just a vacation thing.
Because he is focusing on the internship a lot.
I am.
Yeah.
You're 24. If you went to college at 18 and just worked really, really hard, you'd probably have a really nice job right now.
That's kind of
Maybe.
true right there.
But maybe this is more exciting.
It's a different path.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
There you go.
Then
You think
don't
you're just in it for the
complain.
thrills.
Don't complain about banking, and don't complain that there's no jobs. I mean,
Thrills and spills.
everything.
I never complain that there's no jobs.
Do you have one?
No. Am I complaining?
Isn't that what's
Isn't that the point?
He's not complaining.
No.
May I chime in?
Sure.
Club soda, Kenny.
Matt, you think you're so terrific? I bet you can't even tie your shoes all by yourself.
I can.
Yeah, go ahead. Do it right now. Go ahead. Tie your shoes all by yourself.
You want me to untie my
Go
shoes
ahead.
and tie them?
Go ahead. You're so terrific. Tie
Okay.
your shoes all by yourself.
I'll do that.
I bet you can't do it.
Okay.
Right?
He's untying them.
Untying his shoe.
Remember the
And
rabbit
he's
ears?
retying it. So far, so good.
Retying.
Bunny
Round
ear
the
one,
loop.
bunny ear
Oh.
two. Stretch him out. Done.
Oh, she's going to double knot
Oh,
that
shit.
shit.
DK happening.
All right.
Okay. I mean, I learned that when I was 5.
Yeah, but stupid ass, you're not all by yourself. There's 7 other people in the room. Gotcha.
He did get you that time.
Oh, shit.
All right. Thanks, Kenny.
That was a good one. He did get you. Well, I got one, too. Go tie your shoes in another room.
Oh, Kenny.
I think it's time for a break.
Oh, Kenny.
obviously.